Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today, I want to talk to you about my ink journal. So you guys know that I keep all of the inks that you guys send me, and I just recently went through all of my inks and bottles and all of those colors, and I went through and organized them so I could be like, oh, do I have this pink ink? Oh, do I have this blue ink? Blah, 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 blah. And then I can look up, oh, this person sent me this ink, oh, this person sent me this ink, and so on and so forth. Well, recently, I went through and I realized that some of my pens that I had been gifted, that I no longer have them anymore, and I don't know what I did with them. I might have gifted them to another person, or I may have thrown them away. And needless to say, I don't know what I did with them. So I have decided that we're going to make a new list. I threw away the old list. It's gone. It's in the trash. Long time ago. So I thought that we could together go through this list of all of the pens and ink pens that I have. So this will be my... Come on. Pen list. Alright. Might as well just... Hi, Chris. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? I was thinking about you when I was gonna do this list. Because one of the things that Chris promotes is, trying to make fun with the things that you have instead of spending extra money. Well, I have a couple of pennies to rub together, so I can spend a little bit of extra money, but not too much extra money. You know what I'm saying? So I try and do my best to not encourage too many people to buy unnecessary things, except for when you're out of watercolor paper, you have to go and you have to buy watercolor paper. And when you're out of ordering a dot pad, you have to go and buy yourself a new dot pad. So this will probably be the fun for the next several months. Hi, Gary. Hi, Butterbean Head. We were worried about you on Sunday. We didn't hear from you, and you didn't write me back. I thought you died for a moment. I was going to call out the guard. Alright, so why don't we just do the pens that I have currently inked. So I'm currently writing with the... I don't think I'm going to put these in alphabetical order because I would not know where to start. So we're just going to go TWSBI Sky Blue with a broad nib. I'm going to try, and I don't know how I'm going to organize this. So, I have no idea. We'll just do the pens that I have currently inked. We have the Lamy Vista, with a broad nib. We have the TWSBI with a broad nib. We have the TWSBI 580 Iris with a broad nib. We have the Conklin Demo with a broad nib. We have Noodler's Pink Conrad. With an Ultra Flex nib. And I put little, post-it notes, and I taped them to my Conrads because I have like too many of them now. It was the only way. Isn't that cheating? The title says all All you pens. All you pens. How many pens do you have? Well, I'm just starting. That's just the start. I'm gonna start with the pens that I have on the list in front of me, currently inked. Then we have the pink Conrad. Then we have the... Whoa, something's stabbing me. Alright, then we have the Leonardo. Memento. Magico with a broad nib. And then we have Conklin Rainbow Graph. With a 1.1 millimeter stub. Yes, 1.1 millimeter stub. And then we have a Jinhao X750. X750 in silver. I like this little pen. It's like nice. And now they're coming out with the same size of a Jinhao X750 but in a screw cap, which I don't know why they would go backwards, but whatever. And that has what nib is in here? Oh, this is a Noodler's nib. The original nib that came on one of my pins that I bought from Wish.com had a Zebra G nib in it, and at the time it was a wonderful pen, and then it quickly decided to corrode, which became a horrible nightmare. Let's see, did I forget any of the pens I have currently inked? Oh yeah, I have the Noodlers, Gray, Conrad, with a Yovo XXXF 14K semi-flex. Ooh, I ran out of room. That was a pretty penny, let me tell you. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Okay, good. Alright, so then, oh dear. I kind of have them clumped pretty good, so hopefully I should be pretty smooth. Alright, we have the Noodler's Triple Tail. Thanks to Penfen Will Hodge. With a music nib. We have a Noodler's Charlie. We have a... What color would you call this? This is one of the weirdest pens that I own. Well, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. So, this pen is like reddish, purpley, brown, and then down here it's like purple in the barrel, and then it's like been stained with one of those chroma shading green inks, so it like turns purple. Well, I mean, it is the only Charlie pen that I have, so I could just call it the Charlie pen. That's sufficient, right? Noodler's Charlie pen. Then I have a Noodler's Ahab. And a Flex Nib. And then I have a Noodler's Nib Creeper. With a Steel Flex Nib. I should put clear. A clear Noodler's Nib Creeper. And then I have another Noodler's Nib Creeper. With a number 2 14 karat Waterman nib. And that one is clear. And then I have another Nib Creeper. That's a steel. And it's a red. And then I have Noodler's Conrad. Yellow. Well, is it green or is it yellow? It's green. Green. And a Noodler's, no, it's a Ultra Flex nib. And then I have a Noodler's Orange. Is it orange? Yes, it's orange. With an Ultra Flex nib. And then I have a Conklin. Conklin Duraflex. I just realized you can't see what I'm looking at. Damn it. I'm all showing these pens off and you can't even see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's start at the beginning, shall I? These are all the pens that are currently inked. Rainbow Graph, Demograph, Noodler's Pink, Conrad, Twisby, Iris, Lamy Vista, Jinhao X750, Leonardo Memento Magico, Noodler's Gray, Conrad. Move these back over here. Twisby. This is a Noodler's Triple Tail. Noodler's Charlie Pin. I could just bring this whole thing over, couldn't I? Noodler's Ahab. Noodler's Nib Creeper. Noodler's Conrad. Noodler's Conrad. Noodler's Nib Creeper. Noodler's Nib Creeper. Conklin's Summer Forest? No. Conklin. Endless Summer. Another Demonstrator. And then down here we have Pilot Falcon with the extra fine nib. Pilot Petite one with a medium nib. Pilot Vanishing Point with a fine nib. Pilot Custom 912 with an FA nib. Pilot 78G Plus with a broad nib. Pilot 78G Plus with a extra fine nib. Pilot Prera. Pilot Kakuno. Dip pen. Okay. Conklin, Dimbleflex, Endless Forest. Endless Summer. And that has a flex. Nib in it. Conklin. Demo. With, I think that says extra fine. That is a medium nib. Pilot Falcon with an extra fine. Pilot Petite 1 with a medium nib because I changed out the nib. Do you like the triple tail? I love mine. I realize I haven't liked it in a while. I've used it maybe twice. I don't like it. One reason is because it puts down too much ink. There's enough ink and then there's like too much ink. Pilot. Plus the line with the line that mine puts down is like a double broad, just non-flexing, so it's way too wide to even not be flexed out. Like it needs some like fine tuning. Pilot Vanishing Point with a fine nib. Pilot Custom 912 FA nib. Pilot 78G Plus the broad nib with an extra fine nib. We need a new piece of paper. Yeah, the one really great thing, I'll tell you, the one really great thing about the Conrads is if you keep the blind capped off and you have an ink that's not being cooperative and you're like in the middle of something, all you have to do is reach over and twist the little blind cap, the little piston knob, and then you can go back to writing. You don't really have to like unscrew the barrel, prime the feed, screw the barrel on, and then go back to writing. You've lost the flow. The flow is just gone, and I hate pens that are stingy like that. Hence, one of the reasons I hardly use my Conklins anymore, because they're stingy on ink. What was my last pen that I wrote down? Pilot 78G. Extra fine. Okay, Pilot Prera. I went to the art supply warehouse today and I looked at Pilot Prera with the black finials, and I think I might like that one better. I'm already thinking thoughts about getting one, but I'm gonna wait. This is a cursive medium nib. Blue. You don't have a Conrad or an Ahab? Ahab Nib Keeper plus triple tail, but no Conrad. The Conrads are really nice if you like to be in the flow of things. Like, I love to flex my pens out, and I love to use the Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex nibs in them, because you can put a Jowo Flex nib, you can put a Jowo 14 karat, but there's something about the diameter of the nib feed is different about the acrylic ones than the vegetal resin ones. They're not the same. And I can put a normal Jowo nib in the Conrad, and it makes it a very super wet, juicy rider. I really like this combination with the 14 karat Semiflex extra fine, because then I can get really super fine lines. You can barely even see that. There it is. This is pens. All right. Then we have the Pilot Kakuno. With can't remember what nib is on here. I think this is a medium nib. Medium nib. Oops. And then I have this Uli pen, which has a, I got my loop. I don't know what the nib width line is on this. It kind of reminds me of a Pilot style 70, a Pilot Petite 1 style nib. Oh, it does use a Pilot nib. Look at that. They are virtually identical. I didn't even notice that until just now. Well, we'll just call it an Uli pen. Uli red. I like that pen, but it has a fiber feed, which is very difficult to clean out. Have to use bleach to get it out, and it's not cute. Alright, then we have, let's move this over so you all can see. Then we have the TWSBI Eco with a fine nib. We have the TWSBI Go with a medium nib. We have a TWSBI Go with a fine nib. Fine, medium. Let me just double check. One of these has an extra. Oh, this is the 1.1 millimeter stub. This is a TWSBI Eco T with a 1.1 millimeter stub. I should point out that I've been doing some nib swapping between the TWSBI Eco, the TWSBI Go, and the TWSBI Swipe, because they are all interchangeable, which is super nice. This TWSBI Go has a broad nib on it. TWSBI Go with a broad nib. I really like the TWSBI broad nibs. They are super nice. And we have a TWSBI. This looks like a fine nib. Yep, that's a fine nib. TWSBI Go. With a fine nib. And then we have a TWSBI Swipe in Smoke in a medium nib. TWSBI Swipe in Smoke in a medium nib. And then this one has a broad nib. I think it has a broad nib. Yeah, this one has a broad nib. Yeah, I have 2 TWSBIs with a broad nib. I need an extra. I would like to try an extra fine, but I'm worried that I wouldn't like it because it's a stiff nib. And then we have this. I can't remember what this is called. This is like clickable fountain pen. Where did I even get this? I don't even remember. I think it's AliExpress. Orders. It's called a Pen PPS. Pen PPS. Press and type. Press type. TYP. And it has a 0.28 millimeter, so that's an extra fine nib. And I can already tell you right now that I really don't like this pen. I've already misplaced the cap that goes on the bottom here, so to keep it from drying out. I have no idea what happened to it. It's gone, which is very upsetting because it had a lot of potential. I don't care for superior fine, too scratchy. Yeah. But the TWSBIs are supposed to be a little more broad. Either I would like to try a TWSBI extra fine or a Lamy, a real Lamy extra fine. I bought some extra fine nibs from Wish or somewhere, and they are not good. Alright, and then we have the pen friend gift from Chris Signs. This is a Schneider Ray pen. Did I do this already? Wait, I did. Okay. Schneider. SCHNEIDR. Schneider Ray. This has a medium nib on it, but it writes more like a broad. It really doesn't even say what the nib size on it. But if I look at these side by side, I would almost say that it's almost a double broad. Let me see if I can show you. The TWSBI is a broad nib, and it's almost wider than a broad nib. So I think you said it was labeled as a medium plus. And there's no other marking on the pen, and it's super nice and bouncy. So I'm gonna call it a medium plus. Okay. Then we have Hi Beanie. Hello, Kathy. My knee hasn't hurt me like that in a long time. Oh my goodness. You poor dear. Alright, then we have the Urin 401 with a rainbow extra fine nib. Rainbow extra fine. And then we get into the Lamys. We have a Lamy Studio. Hi Liz, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? With a fine nib. And then I have a Twisby, no, I'm sorry, a Lamy Safari, a black with a black fine nib. With a fine nib. That's a Stealth, I think it's called. And then we have a Rainbow Black Forest fountain pen. A Black Forest Hongdion. Hongdion Rainbow. Extra fine nib. And then we have a Jinhao Jinhao 599 with a 1.1 millimeter stub. Jinhao 599 with a 1.1 millimeter stub. Alright, then we have Jinhao X450. X450. What nib do I have in here? This is Noodler's Flex Nib. Blue. Move this over here. Then we have a black X450. X450 with a fine nib in black. And then we have an X750 in champagne. Jinhao X750 with a fine nib in champagne. And then we have a Jinhao 159 with a fine nib. This is a huge pen. You could kill somebody with it. If I'm ever in a bad way, I know what it hurt somebody. 159 with a fine nib in red. And then we have the Ackerman Pump pen with a Zebra G nib. That's ACK. Zebra G nib. And then we have the it says Moon Man, but I know it's a Mahjong P136. JOHN Mahjong P136 with a flex nib. This had a fine nib on it, but I put a Yovo flex nib on it. What are they? Omniflex. It was the only one that fit at the time. And then we have another Hongdion. This is the Hongdion N8. What the N7 is? The N8. Hongdian N8 in Maple Leaf. And it has a fine nib. That's a beautiful pen. Have on a writing desk. This red one, yeah, it's beautiful. It's much darker than I thought it was gonna be, though. When I saw it online, it looked like it was gonna be this color, but it turned out to be way too dark. Beautiful, and I thought it was a piston too, but it's not a piston, so that was another disappointment. Okay, the next pen that we have is a Moonman T1. T1 with a fine nib. Yeah. With a fine nib. And then we have the Wing Sung 3008 with an extra fine nib. Wing Sung 3008 with an extra fine nib. And this is opaque. O-P-A-Q-U-E. Opaque blue. And then we have another Wing Sung 3008. This one has a fine nib with a transparent blue cap. With a fine nib with a transparent blue. And then we have a Lambatao 3059 in tan with I think that says extra fine. Nope, that's a fine nib. Lambatao. There it is. L-A-N-B-I-T-O-U 3059 in tan with a fine nib. And then I have another, oops, gotta move to another page. Another Lambatao 3059. 3059 in mint. This is a beautiful mint color, and this one has a fine nib. This was like right at the beginning of my fountain pen journey. I started the cheap pen journey, and I worked my way up the Jinhaos to the Lambatao. And then I went on to heavier things. Alright, so those are the pens in this case. Whew! 3 pages worth of pens. And I'm still not even done yet. Let me see. Let's do these ones next. Alright. This is I think it's a Wing Sung 613. Wing Sung 613. And this is kind of modeled off the the Parker 51, which is a really nice pen. I think this one even takes Parker cartridges, but I don't have any Parker cartridges, so I have no idea. Then we have the Jinhao 992 with a 1.1 millimeter stub. 992 with a 1.1 millimeter stub. Yes, they are all identical except for the nibs. And you'll never guess how much all of these pens cost. This is a Jinhao 992 with a hooded, extra fine nib. Hooded, extra fine nib. This is a Jinhao 992 with a 0.7 millimeter, which makes it a broad, but it's a stub broad. So it's like a cursive broad nib. And then we have the Omniflex, the Jinhao Monteverde Manza Omniflex nib. This is a Jinhao 992 that was sent to me by pen friend Freddie, and we didn't know if the ends were capped, so he put some glue down in there and turned it into an eyedropper. This is a 992 with a fine nib. Eyedropper. So each one of these pens I got from Wish.com, and I got each one of them was about $1, and then $2 for shipping. So I got each pen for about $3 a piece. This whole set was about, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 6, 9, 24, $24. Alright, then we have another Jinhao 992 with a fine nib. And something happened to the finial. I don't know what happened to it. It died. Hi, Liz. Great bargains, yeah, but they're kind of crappy pens. This one doesn't have a nib. I don't know what oh, this was the broad nib that I gave Kathy, so. Which is fine, because I'm not using it. Minus a nib. Could probably put a nib in there. Let me see if I have any nibs. Plenty of nibs. I'll just stick this one in there for now. There. Now you're not naked anymore. Alright. We'll just call that a fine nib. Oh yeah, I got some cheapo pens on Amazon. They were terrible. I used them for parts, yeah. And then this is probably of the funnest nibs. This is a Jinhao 992. With a 1.5 millimeter stub. And this one is definitely a little bit of cursive italic. But it is a lot of fun when it wants to be cooperative. Because those, I don't hardly use these pens anymore because I found pens that are more cooperative. The Noodler's pens, for example, are more cooperative. Now that I know how to work them, you have to kind of soak the feed and let them wash and stuff. This is my favorite Jinhao 51A pen. This is modeled off of a Parker 51, Parker 45, Parker 51, and this one came with a defect, which enables me to disassemble it. Alexa, stop. So I was really lucky when I found this pen was disassemblable, because they're not supposed to be taken apart. But you guys know me too well. I love to disassemble my pens and be able to clean them properly. Oops, did I stick that in the wrong hole? I probably did. Oops. Yeah. So, this one is a lot of fun because I can take it and put just about any ink in it, and I don't have to worry about not being able to clean it out. Jinhao 51A in orange. I gave my blue one away in a giveaway. So, alright, then this is a Lambatao 3009 Space Pen. 3009. Oh, this is a fine, and this is a... I don't know what this is. I think it's a fine. There's no real markings on if it's a fine or not. And then I have my little vintage pocket pen that Pierre Gustafson gave me. Isn't this the cutest little pocket pen you've ever seen in your whole life? And it posts and everything. Of course, you guys know how I feel about posting, so I just use it with my little hands. And it has the cutest, tiniest little bladder you've ever seen in your whole life. I'm not going to take it apart right now, but you can take my word for it. It's about as big as my pinky. It's so tiny. Super cute. Green. Green vintage pocket pen. This is a Pilot. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. This is a Pilot Petite One in pink. I had another Pilot Petite One in another color. Pilot Petite One medium in black. Alright, and then this is the Tache Pocket Pen from Oto Japan. TACSSCG. From Oto. And I think that this is a fine nib. Let's see. There's no markings on this nib. Nope, no markings. Too bad. And the one problem with these pens is there's no room for a cartridge converter. I don't know if what is that other little pen? A Kaweco Sport cartridge converter would fit in there. But the cartridges that I have used in this have all started leaking. So, because they break right around the nipple point. which is sad because I like the pen, but I can't use it because all of the cartridges start to leak everywhere, and that's really annoying. And then this is my second favorite pen. Check out the nibbage on that. Whew! This is a Fugilong 902 902, and it has a 2.9 millimeter stub, and this one is also a squeeze converter, which is not my favorite filling system. I hate the squeeze converters. They're not difficult to clean, but they're just, once the sack goes, it's dead. Like, you know. So try not to use the squeeze bladder converters as much as possible. Alright, then we have my first fountain pen ever. This is a manuscript calligraphy pen. And this has a 1.5 millimeter stub. 0.5 millimeter stub. And it's a snap cap. And this one also has a fibrous feed. So this one and the Uli pens kind of have the same type of fibrous feed. I wonder if they were made by the same people or not. Okay, and then I have one other pen somewhere. Oh, here it is. I've been meaning to move this over here. And then we have our Pilot Parallel. This is a 3.8 millimeter. I also have another Pilot Parallel with a 2.4 millimeter. And I had a 1.5 millimeter, but I think I sent it to Chris. Didn't I send that one to you, Chris? And then I have my Literati desk pen, and I put my Jowo full flex nib on it, and this is my dip pen now. When I'm doing like letters and stuff, I will take a small sample of ink out of the container or bottle, and I'll put it in this, and I'll use it as a dip pen, and I'll have this filled because for some reason the ink doesn't want to come out of this pen very good. And it came with a cursive medium nib, but I don't like cursive medium. It was a cursive fine nib, and I didn't like it. So this is a Literati. I don't know how to spell Literati, so whatever. Literati desk pen with a 14 karat fine extra no Superflex, Ultraflex, Full Flex. Too many words. Too many words. This is one of my favorite pens. They had a blue version of this. Oh my god, I wish I looked online and you can't find them anymore. They're gone. God, it was such a beautiful color. They came in like an orange, a blue, a green, and a purple. And the green and the purple ones were really pretty. They were all really pretty, but that was the only one that was available at the pen show. Okay, we're getting down to the line. We're almost done. Phew! I bet you guys are tired of seeing my ugly face for an hour. Alright, we're almost done, so that's exciting. Okay, now we're going to do probably some of my most expensive pens. Alright, these are my Fountain Pen Revolution pens, one Noodler's Conrad, and more Fountain Pen Revolution pens, and Jane Davenport, and what is this? This is a Kaigelu 356. Kaigelu. There's no numbering on it. Well, I think this is a Kaigelu 356. And this is a Canwrite. This is a Canwrite Desire. This is a really pretty pen. It's got like these orange and yellow and dark lightish red swirly bits. It's such a beautiful pen. Okay. Fountain Pen Revolution. Himalaya version 1 in green with an Ultra Flex nib. Himalaya version 1 in red with an Ultra Flex nib. The Fountain Pen Revolution. This is a version 1.5. 1.5. Himalaya version 1.5 because it has a number 6 size nib, but it has a push-pull converter. I mean, it has a number 6 size nib, and a push-pull converter. They had 3 iterations of this pen, and it has a 14 karat flex nib. And this is a green-black. Green-black. Then we have a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya, Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 2. This is the one with the twist piston. See? And I got this one buy one get one free sale. I got this one and the white one. And I got the red one and the green one for the buy one get one free sale. So, orange. Ultra Flex nib. Fountain Pen Revolution. Himalaya version 2. White. Ultra Flex nib. And I need a new piece of paper. Fountain Pen Revolution. Himalaya. Version 1. No, version 2. 2.1, I think it is. With a Ultra Flex nib. And this one actually has Canwrite flex nib in it. I love the Ultraflex tip nibs too. They're some of my favorite. I was thinking thoughts the other day about how much would it cost to make all my pens have Ultraflex nibs on it, or how much would it cost to have JoWo broad nibs on them? I'll do this one last, because... Alright, then we have Fountain Pen Revolution, Himalaya. No, this is a Jaipur. Jaipur. White. I should just write this whole thing over, shouldn't I? Version 2 with a regular flex nib. I should move these down here. But I have 3 of them. Blue and the purple. I have almost all the colors. Almost all of them. Then I have the version 2 with a purple Ultra Flex nib and the Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 2 and a blue Ultra Flex nib. And then I have a Noodler's Conrad with a Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex nib. And a Can Write Desire. With a flex nib. And then I have the Kaigelu 3, 5, 6. And this has a extra fine nib. Can't tell. Extra fine nib. You go in the hole. There you go. Kaigelu 356 with extra fine. And then we have the Jane Davenport Ink Credible with, you guessed it, an Ultraflex nib. Oh my god. Let me think. Is there any other fountain pens that I have lying about? Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's a fountain pen. This is a Pensive Pen Serendipity. With the JoWo broad nib. Actually, this has a JoWo extra fine nib, but I've been playing musical nibs. It had a JoWo 1.1 millimeter stub, but the 1.1 millimeter stub is somewhere. It's in here. So this is extra fine for the time being. I haven't used that pen in a minute. Well, I think that's all the pens that I have. Do I have any pens in my bag? Oh God, I hope I don't have any pens in my bag, because I don't like taking pens with me. I don't think I do. I don't have any at the sink. Let's just double check. Make sure. No. No. One, two, three. Yep, I think I wrote everything down. Oh no, I did forget. I forgot 3 pens. What did I do with them? Oh dear. Don't fall down. Oh shit. What did I do with them? I was gonna do something with them. Put my very expensive pens somewhere so I wouldn't lose them. I shouldn't be laughing. What did I do with them? I hid them. I hid them from myself. Oh, here they are. Haha. I found you. You thought you would get away with it. Alright, then we have my Waterman 12 POC with a Boinga Boinga nib. Waterman 12 POC with a Boinga. Boinga Boinga nib. And for those of you who don't know what Boinga Boinga is, it's the Super Flexibile Wet Noodly pen. It's very wet noodly like. Takes barely any pressure to make it go. And then we have the pen gift from pen friend Craig Rockanova. He gave me this beautiful Waterman 12 pen. Waterman. I'm wondering if this is actually the pen that belongs to this, because one of them has chased hard rubber. This is chased hard rubber, and this feels more like plastic to me, which is weird because I think that they're both Waterman made. I don't know why I'm dilly-dallying around not turning them upside down. There's no ink in it. That's a POC. That says 12. And then I have one more. And this one looks more like this one, but this one's missing a cap. I wonder if it had a cap and it like fell off, or if it I don't know. All I know is I wanted another one of these because I like the stiffness of the nib. It wasn't super soft, but it was just hard enough where I could write normally, and I didn't have to worry about flexing it out. But the one that Craig gave me is the best. It's got like a normal stiff nib. It's kind of normal stiffed nib, and it's super duper smooth. So we'll call it a Waterman 12 with a clip with a clip and Waterman 12 without a clip. Alright, now that's all of the pens and inks that I got. That's all the pens that I got anyway. Too many pens. Do you guys have any of these pens? What do you guys think of vintage pens? Have you considered buying a vintage pen? Or any of the pens that I have? Let me know in the comment section below. Well, that is all I got for today. Oh, there we are. Okay, I just got a whole bunch of messages. This program does not like people messaging me. Got some cheapo pens on Amazon. They were terrible. Cute. That's a cute tiny vial. Yes, I got this little tiny vial in the package that Larry Baronis sent to me of the Krishna mixable inks. Mix your own inks. I came in a set of 5 of these bottles. I went through the black so fast because I love that ink. Oh God. Okay. And then I where was I? Go brain go. Oh, I was reading comments. Love that. Oh yes, so this came with the MYC mix your own inks, but you can get them in itty bitty sizes. They have they're called Dinky Dips, and they're the roundness of the vial of these vials, but they're like this big. They're like itty bitty. So if you're interested in those, you could check those out. They're called Dinky Dips. They're usually in the calligrapher section, so if you're thinking thoughts about getting one. I use them to dip my pen sometimes. If I know that the pen is going to be frustrating, and then I will just set up a little ink sample, and then I will dip the ink in the ink when I'm having a moment of like it doesn't want to come out. Yeah, it looked like there was a tiny hole on top with a missing clip. Yeah, those tiny holes are meant for like breather holes. I don't know why. My partner would say no such thing as too many pens. That's right. There's no such thing as too many pens. I don't buy a pen older than me. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. Hi, Ron. That's legit, Gary. I'm with you, says Brett Clark. Hi, Kathy. I have a Waterman 12 that Gary gifted me. What do you think about it? Is it a super flexor, or is it like a normal fine nib? Or is it a broad nib? The original nib that came on my Waterman 12 POC was kind of like a medium stub nib. And I had my friend Pierre Gustafson, I bought a nib, the Boinga Boinga nib, off of him, and I put that on my Waterman 12, and I love it. Well, that's all that I got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.